Now, I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, I want this car to be done. I want it to be done so I don't have to keep playing with it and messing with it. And I just want to be able to get in and drive it. So, we're gonna get that a lot closer in this video. So we're gonna start wrapping the STI because as you guys remember, dude, it was all this is from my mistake of putting a wide body on this car that I never liked. So we're gonna fix that today. I got a beautiful roll of a nose attack over here. We are wrapping the STI Miami blue. Some of you guys are gonna be like, what in the hell? Why did you choose that color? Because I think it'll look cool. I think it'll look cool, Miami blue. So this is the big problematic area on the car. We will have to go over this and add another coat of primer over the rear quarter panels, just so that way nothing rusts underneath. We're gonna have to let it off gas for a day or two. So this will probably be one of the last panels that we wrap. I wanna go ahead and knock out some of the easier stuff that I can go ahead and do today, like the hood, the fenders, potentially the doors, things like that. Now, once this car is wrapped, all I really have left to do is swap out some wheel studs on it, get it aligned, and then take it over to Josh to have him send my Subaru to the moon, just like everyone else's gets sent to the moon. I went drag racing the other day and I took the WRX. I did not shoot a video on it just because I was absolutely awful. I didn't know the car very well. It doesn't have launch control, no flat foot shifting, anything like that. So my time was terrible. I ran like a 14.7 at 109. So it was just, and it was my first time at a drag strip. And I really want to take this car out there because A, it'll actually do something. B, it'll be quick. And C, I want to actually go play with this car. Especially after that, like I had so much fun. I was really nervous the first time I went out, but this car is the one that I want to take out there. Which the season's pretty much over now, but I still want to get the car done so that way we can just enjoy it for the time being. So where I think I'm going to start today is we'll take the bumper off, we'll take this flare off, and we'll probably start up here on this front driver's side fender. I am going to clean the panels as I go down the car, so that way we'll clean it, clay bar it, clean it with alcohol, and then start wrapping it. And then we'll disassemble what we need to disassemble going down the car. We'll probably knock out doors, maybe some side skirts. I don't know. We'll see how far we get today. So let's start wrapping this STI. It's definitely brighter than I thought, but it's not like, it's bright on camera, but it's definitely not that bright in real life. That's wild. I like it. It's definitely different. It's called Miami Blue from Inozatech. Like, looking at it on the car, like it looks so bright right here. Then right here, it's like not nearly as bright. I don't know how I feel about that. Should I just wrap the STI Millennium Jade also? Just buy another roll of Millennium Jade and just wrap it. Have a matching RX-7 and a matching STI. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I like it. Like it's, I don't know if I like it. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna keep it going. Miami, I think it'll look good once it's all wrapped. This is a Porsche color. It's a 911 color. I thought doing a Porsche color on the car would be kind of cool because obviously since we have a 6-cylinder in here, it's kind of Porsche-esque or Porsche themed. So we're going to keep going with it and just knock it out. It just weirds me out a little bit. I don't know why, it just weirds me out a bit. So fuck it, we'll do the hood next. So I'm going to have to pull out the air catch pins, the scoop, drill out the rivets for the vents, take all that off. Then we'll clean the hood thoroughly and knock out the hood. It'll give more of a realistic look at what the car's actually going to look like with more of this color on here. So let's get the hood stripped down and wrap it. All right, the hood is done. After seeing it with the hood, I'm pretty about the color. This is a Porsche color, so it is a little bit different seeing it on a Subaru. It looks very similar to Hyper Blue. A lot of people are saying that on Instagram. It is not. In person, it is not this bright. I don't know why it looks this bright on camera, but it is not this bright. But I'm pretty pumped with it. I need to order some black rivets to rivet those guys back down. I got my hood pins back in. We still got to do the scoop, but I'll do that later. So I'm going to post-heat that piece. I may dip out soon. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this fender before I jet. I gotta pee real quick, hang on. All right, we're gonna knock out this fender real quick. So I'll probably take the exhaust out. We'll just take the exhaust out, make our life a little bit easier. So we are a couple days in the future. I've been going back and forth with like having to do errands, work on the customer cars, things like that. But I'm back at the shop. We're gonna keep going on the STI. After taking a couple days away from it and looking, I was so on the fence with the color at first, but after seeing it again after a couple days, I am in love with it. It looks different in different lights. I know it looks Hyper Blue. It is so, it's not even close to Hyper Blue. If you saw it in person, you'd be like, all right, yeah, that's not even same. So I want to get some more of the wrapping knocked out today. I'd like to get the front doors done on both sides. I want to get the spray paint or the primer put on the rear quarters so that way we can go ahead and do those. I might jump to the wing. I don't know yet. There's a lot to wrap and a lot to do. So maybe I'll wait to do the doors until I do that rear quarter panel. So maybe, let's do the trunk actually. Oh my God, screens. I need to take out this whole under panel and get the, see how far we actually get. Done for me. I got my first piece cut for the trunk. I got the trunk prepped. We got all of the badges off, the 3M tape, everything. I've gotten this cleaned. The way that I clean these panels before we wrap them is you're gonna go through with some isopropyl alcohol. You're gonna wipe off any dirt. Then, well, this is what I do. I clean it with alcohol, get off any dirt. Then I go to like a speed shine, clean off any more dirt. Then I use the speed shine again with a clay bar, synthetic clay. Go over it again with wax and grease remover, and then again with alcohol. The biggest thing you wanna make sure is these surfaces are clean. Under the lips, everywhere that you're gonna have the wrap, because if you get dirt on it, it will, I've already ruined a piece of wrap because I didn't clean a piece thorough enough. So I'm gonna do the trunk in 2 pieces. I normally do a seam right, or a seam right on the body line of the trunk. So we're gonna do the bottom piece first, then the top piece, so that way the inlay is facing downwards, so that way it's less noticeable. So let's start wrapping our trunk. Trunk is all done. Looks great. I did mess up on one part. I cut this too far up, so if you look closely, you can see a seam right where the badge goes. The badge will hide it, so you won't really see it, but that's the importance of figuring out your seams and where you want them, because if the seam faces up, you're gonna see it. If it faces down, you're not. Like the trunk has a seam, you just can't see it because the seam faces downwards. It's right here. You just can barely see it. So pretty happy with how the trunk came out. I have about an hour and a half left, so what I think I'm gonna do is knock out one of the annoying pieces early on, which is gonna be the hood scoop. Normally I save all that stuff for last. The hood scoop, the fender flares, the mirror caps, the fender caps, all that stuff is just super annoying to wrap, but it'll finish up the front end. So let's go ahead and start wrapping our hood scoop just to get that done with, and then I'm gonna have to jet out, but we'll be back over tomorrow to keep wrapping to get, like I said, I wanna get this thing done. I just want it done. The hood scoop's done and the hood is pretty much assembled. I'm just waiting on my rivets to come in to be able to rivet in those vents, but pretty happy with it. Hood scoops just suck ass to wrap in general. Like they're just not a good time, but I'm digging it. I think the contrast, once the garnish for the fender comes in, or once the rivets come in and that goes back on, will help break it up a little bit more, but I am about it, you guys. I dig it. It's definitely a look at me color. It's very loud. But that's all right. This whole fender, the wrap on this fender is just gonna get toast from that exhaust, but whatever. I have to jet out again though, so I'll be back over here tomorrow. I feel like this video has been very jumpy and I apologize about that. It's just there's a lot happening all at once right now. So tomorrow when I jet over, maybe we'll try to knock out the rear bumper, another annoying piece, or maybe we'll do the front flares. I don't know. I'd like to just get all the annoying pieces just kind of done with. All right, unfortunately, I'm getting a late start to today because the power was out at the shop till 2 because someone decided to hit a telephone pole. That's all fixed. We got power obviously, but I gotta go pick up a set of heads in like 3 hours from the machine shop. So I wanna make as much progress on this. I got my rivets in, so we're gonna go ahead and get the vents riveted down on the hood, get the garnish riveted down, and then at least, at minimum, wrap like one more panel. Just at minimum. But I want to get this stuff sanded, or I want to get at least the primer on there. So when we go to paint it, or when we go to wrap it, it's already been off-gassed. Because if you try to wrap over something that you just painted or just primered, the off-gas from the paint will ruin the wrap. And then you're gonna have to do it again. So the biggest thing that I can advise you to do if you're gonna do this is paint it, let it sit for a day or two, and then wrap it. Oh, the roof nut came out. Okay, well, that will be a problem for later. So we got our rear quarters sprayed with primer. I'm gonna let these sit for probably a day or two before we sand everything smooth. We just had to do this to cover up the metal to keep the chassis from rusting, because this is the last thing that we want. So we got both sides done. I don't really have enough time to keep wrapping other stuff, but what I do wanna do is go ahead and pull off these old rain guards that I have on here and just, come on. I wanna get these off, get my new ones on, so that way I can get rid of that box that's sitting back there and see the car obviously full rain guards again, just to get it that much more closer to completion. So let's put on some new rain guards and rip off these old ones. We got a nice set fresh of rain guards on the car. I personally like these, some people hate them. I still got my old set. They're a little bit faded. I'll probably keep them in case I end up picking up another VA or something, but super pumped with it. It's getting there. We're just doing the final touches on the car right now. So big thing is we just need to let this off gas, because I can't wrap the doors until we do this big quarter panel piece, because when you go to do this, you cut out all this material and you use that for the doors. I could do the side skirts right now and the rear bumper or the front bumper, but to be honest, I'd rather use the material on these areas first, just because they're so much larger. And if I mess up, I'm gonna have to order more anyways, so I'd rather do this section first. But good progress. We got the trunk done. We got both of the front fenders done. We got the hood done. We got all that reassembled. Everything riveted back on for where it needs to rivet down. So sick. I'm digging it. Like I said, this is kind of like the final stretch of the car. We've already fixed everything that needs fixing. Everything works. The car's dyno ready. We are going on the dyno in 2.5 weeks, I think, with the STI from last time I talked to Josh. So I'm trying to not just knock out everything, so that way after it's tuned, I can just drive the car and enjoy it at that point and not have to worry about any of this little stuff like the paint, the wrap, any of that. I just want it done. That's all I got for you guys on this one. I have to go run over to the machine shop before they close and go pick up a set of cylinder heads. We got the new project coming to the channel this Saturday, which I am big excited for. So there will either be a video on that Saturday or Sunday. I don't quite know yet. But with that, that's all I've got for you guys on this one. If you like the color, let me know. If you don't like the color, you can let me know also if you want, or you can just, I don't care. You can tell me if you want to, if you don't like it, but I like it and that's all that matters. So with that, that's all I got for you guys. If you like the video, you know what to do. Go hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, I'll put it in one of these corners. No idea which one quite yet, but with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.